Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating and honestly often misunderstood world of questionnaire design. Have you ever wondered how major organizations seem to know exactly what people are thinking? It's not magic, folks, it's methodology. After all, bad data leads to bad decisions. So, let's discover how to gather data effectively, moving from foundational theories straight into practical, real-world application. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll look at the questionnaire versus survey debate, why questionnaires actually matter, the design process, the types of questions you can ask, and finally, the features of a truly good questionnaire. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1, questionnaire versus survey.
So, survey or questionnaire, are they literally the same thing? You're probably wondering that right now. And hey, if you've been using these terms interchangeably, don't sweat it. You are definitely not alone. People mix these up all the time in business and academia alike. But you know, in the research world, precision is everything. Getting this wrong can actually lead to some seriously misaligned expectations and wasted resources.
Here's the crucial distinction. A questionnaire is basically just the instrument itself. It's the actual form, physical or digital, filled with closed-ended questions to grab data fast. A survey, though, that's the whole shebang. It's the entire time-consuming expedition of collecting, recording, and analyzing the data, which can use both open and closed-ended questions. So think of it this way. A questionnaire is really just one specific tool you'd use to conduct a survey. Moving right along to Section 2, why questionnaires matter.
Why do we love them? Well, questionnaires offer a massive hub of benefits. We're talking incredible data versatility across fields, from healthcare to corporate business, and deep reproducibility. Plus, there's a huge psychological advantage here, anonymity. Because they can be totally confidential, respondents feel way more comfortable spilling the real, unfiltered truth without worrying about being judged.
Then there's efficiency, which is an absolute game changer. Questionnaires let you reach a widely dispersed audience and grab data from a huge number of people literally all at once. You don't have to sit in a room and interview 1,000 people one by one. You just send the instrument out, the data rolls in, and boom, the reliability of your findings is totally magnified.
And let's talk about the bottom line, because they are incredibly cost-effective. Compared to traditional methods, like hiring facilitators for focus groups or paying interviewers for hundreds of hours of one-on-one time, questionnaires save an immense amount of capital. This is especially true nowadays when you can just distribute them digitally with the click of a button.
Okay, let's look under the hood. Section 3, the questionnaire design process.
Designing one of these isn't just slapping some questions on a page. It's a highly structured, deliberate journey. You start with preliminary preparation, move on to refining each individual question, select your response formats, run a pilot test, and finally hit the revision and finalization stage. To avoid cognitive overload, let's chunk this into 3 main action phases. Step 1 is preliminary preparation. Before writing a single word, you have to define your target population, right? Knowing who you're asking dictates how you ask it. Step 2 is refining your wording. This is where you ruthlessly add or cut questions so you're only capturing the exact info you need. And Step 3, the absolutely crucial pilot test. You always run a preliminary test on a small sample to catch any weird wording or logic errors before you roll it out to the masses.
Next up, Section 4, types of questions.
First in our toolkit, we have dichotomous questions. Think of these as your simple, binary filters. Yes or no, true or false. They are super useful to slap right at the beginning of your questionnaire to efficiently sort people out of the gate. Like, have you shopped here in the last 30 days? If they say no, you might just skip them to the end. It's a fantastic, quick data sorting mechanism. Next up are multiple choice questions. These give respondents a slightly broader, but still strictly defined, menu of alternatives. Generally, you want to stick to between 3 and 5 options. Give them too many, and you risk totally overwhelming them. Too few, and you might miss their true stance. Hitting that sweet spot is key to keeping their momentum going. And then we have scaling questions, which are just brilliant for capturing nuance. Because, let's face it, the world isn't black and white. These measure varying degrees of agreement, like a scale from 1 to 10, or strongly disagree to strongly agree. It's a great way to grab a really rich blend of both quantitative and qualitative-leaning data. Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 5, features of good questionnaires. So, what separates the amateurs from the pros? A truly good questionnaire requires strict quality control. The instrument has to be concise, highly reliable, the language must be crystal clear, and the questions need to flow logically. Most importantly, the type of response you ask for has to perfectly match the exact data you're trying to extract.
It all boils down to 3 absolute core takeaways. First, every single question must fulfill a clear purpose tied to testing your hypothesis. Seriously, if it doesn't serve the research, cut it. Second, appropriate length. We've all rage quit a survey halfway through because it was too long, right? Keep it short to avoid respondent fatigue. And third, it absolutely must be pilot tested to iron out any ambiguous wording before the real deal.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one vital thought. We've seen the mechanics, the efficiency, and the sheer power of a well-crafted questionnaire. But remember, the data you get out is only ever as good as the instrument you put in. If the quality of our answers is strictly bound by the quality of our questions, what will you ask next? Are you designing your data gathering tools with the structured precision they truly deserve? Definitely something to chew on next time you set out to decode the world. Thanks for hanging out with me, and keep asking great questions.